Be sure to subscribe and click on the bell for notifications on future uploads. Hello everyone, Simon Bard here, or you can call me Sully. Well, it's Valentine's Day, and that means that I'm looking over another Valentine's Day special for this year. And since this year is Disney's 100th anniversary, I figured to go over a special from their library. And that happens to be one of, if not my favorite Valentine special, despite it being an episode from one of my favorite animated shows. Originally aired on October 7th, 1989, it is the 5th episode of the second season of the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh called Un-Valentine's Day. Directors Terrence Harrison and Ken Kessler had made a fun and often funny Valentine's Day episode of the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh with fun characters, a nice story, and neat animation. Well, almost neat animation, because there are errors in this that are so obvious that they're unintentionally funny. From Tigger eating a Valentine cake with the plate attached, to Pooh lifting his arms from behind his back when he's supposed to be holding a honey pot Valentine behind him. Either he very quickly lifts the pot up high and caught it instantly, or the honey completely sticks the pot to his back. Whatever happened, it was too funny to ignore. Yet there is humor that's intentionally funny, and I did laugh or chuckle at many of them. Rabbit's line of, "A certain bear who shall be nameless but whose initials are Winnie the Pooh," Pooh's brief fourth wall break, and a rare one for the show outside of the movies, Pooh saying, "I must find this Valentine giver and give him a piece of my mind," and a Valentine, Tigger's line of wanting to shake Kanga's pouch when Rabbit tells him to kiss her,
Tigger going to everyone saying "makeup" as he powders their face,
and Rabbit's reaction to Christopher Robin's view of the Valentine play that I loved as a kid. Speaking of the Valentine play, it's quite an entertaining one, from Rabbit directing and taking all the credit, especially the idea, which Piglet came up with when seeing Pooh's Valentine card, to the play itself that all went downhill, due to Piglet forgetting his line as the Cupid, and Al not keeping a good grip of the rope Piglet's on, resulting in Piglet turning on a giant fan and blowing the set, cast, and orchestra away. And Tigger ends it by blowing up the whole stage with barrels of gunpowder and basketballs for some reason. But after Christopher Robin congratulates his friends for the Valentine, he then gives each of them a Valentine, which he says aren't as nice, which I kind of chuckled at after a big show like this. Also, I find it amusing that Rabbit mentions next year's show for the play, even though I watch it every year growing up, and it's always the same. Yet the setup for the story is quite simple. Rabbit announces to cancel Valentine's Day after years of everyone getting tons of Valentines, usually from Pooh, who responds with 3 Valentines when he's given 1. But Pooh gets a Valentine from nowhere, assuming it's from Piglet, and thus the Valentine giving continues but in secret, with Pooh dressed as a mailbox and Piglet trying to give Pooh a Valentine, especially when a cake he made accidentally hits Owl and then hits Tigger, each believing the same cake is from one another without knowing the origin. But by the time Rabbit finds out, Pooh thinks Christopher Robin started the Valentine giving, and so they put on the play for him. And the whole episode ends with Eeyore revealing that he started the Valentine giving, since he's been left out every year and never gave one. Yet overall, the episode is sweet, sometimes charming, and quite funny. It's one I often watch every Valentine's Day, even on VHS and now on DVD or Disney+. The animation errors are too noticeable and hilarious to miss, and they could be seen as a nitpick or problem, but they make the episode more enjoyable. And everything else that's supposed to work still does work, and it would be one of, if not, my favorite Valentine special, overtaking the Peanut specials and second Pooh special. And I give this special 3 Mickeys with Valentines. And that is it. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow on Facebook or Twitter, support me on Patreon, and until next time, for a new video.